Hi, welcome back to the blind LP of Eagle Eye Mysteries in London. I was away for a while because of my throat. It wasn't feeling very well, as I've mentioned in my Danganronpa LP, I guess. So I've gotten most of my voice back, which makes me a little more confident in covering Eagle Eye Mysteries now, since for the most part I have to speak. So anyway, let's continue with Case of Blood's Bauble. Ooh, okay, here we go. The phone, maybe. That's my guess. Oh no, it's not. Okay. Anem. Sarkaze and Jennifer, can you keep a secret? A really important family secret? I'm not bad at keeping secrets, Anem. I'm not bad. Sure, Aunt Miranda. I mean, if you tell us to. Very well then. Come on down to the kitchen and meet my brother-in-law Patrick. That's new. I think we've never met Patrick. Alright, let's go down and down. Interesting pose, Aunt. Patrick Moss is married to Aunt Miranda's older sister, Joanna. I remember them from one of Aunt Miranda's tea parties. Okay, you remember one of them? One of who? You mean either Patrick Moss or Joanna? Remember now, you two are sworn to absolute secrecy about this. Okay, Anem, shoot. Once you've heard Patrick's story, I'm sure you can't help but be interested in helping him suss out what happened. You'll need to speak with each of his children, Claire, Darren, Geoff. One of them must be involved, unless this is all some kind of misunderstanding. Claire Moss works at Oxford. Geoff Moss is an actor down at Stratford-upon-Avon. I don't have a clue what you're talking about right now. I should have spoken to Patrick instead. And Darren is a cadet at the Tower of London. After you talk to them, we'll meet you in the lobby of the Ritz Hotel. Remember, it's a secret. Alright, let's see. The year was 1671. A rogue and his lads were running away from the Tower of London down the Tower Wharf. In their coats and boots were stuffed some of the crown jewels of England. The ringleader, called Captain Blood, accidentally dropped a small ruby in his worry. It fell off the wharf and landed right in the lap of a poor fisherman named William Smith. What went through his mind, I do not know. He put the ruby in his pocket, rowed his small boat out into the Thames River, and calmly went fishing. Meanwhile, the Tower Guards arrested Captain Blood and his men and recovered the jewels. Okay. In all the confusion, nobody missed the little ruby. But William Smith was afraid if he gave it back to the king, he would also be accused of theft. Instead, he eventually gave the ruby to his son. William's son gave it to his son, who gave it to his daughter, who gave it to her son, and so on. Nobody ever sold it. Now I have the ruby drop of Captain Blood. Sarkaze and Jennifer, here it is. Okay. Just last week I told this story to my 3 children, Claire, Geoff, and Darren. For the first time, one of them will inherit the ruby. But now listen to what your Aunt Miranda found in the newspaper. Upon his return from London, Mr. Tony of the Tony Studios announced an exciting new movie project. It's a new twist on the Captain Blood story. It's a gem. It will make millions for everyone involved. Mr. Tony declined to say more. Okay. I'm afraid that one of my children couldn't resist the temptation and wrote down our family story about Captain Blood and the ruby. Then he or she sold the story to Mr. Tony, the movie producer, for a great deal of money. Okay. I guess we have to find out. I know that after 300 years, The secret of the ruby can no longer hurt our family, but for generations, the moment when parents share the secret with their children has been a moment of trust, a bond between us that ties us together as a family. No one has ever told the secret. No one has ever betrayed the confidence and trust of their parents and all their ancestors through the centuries. I need to know which one of my children could do such a thing. That is why I have come to you for help. Okay. So we need to find your children and find out which one did it. Alright. Tower of London. One of them is a cadet here.
There's Darren now, stuck as he, with his friend Simon. It's funny, we've met Darren a couple of times. I never would have guessed he knew a secret worth millions of dollars.
Well, let's talk to him.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Dead quiet. Even the ravens are behaving themselves today. We were talking about films we've seen.
Darren's always bonkers about movies, spends all his time at the Wax Museum, staring at those moldy old stars. You seen any good films this summer?
I have not been watching movies for a while, so...
Just that one with Amy Juliana. The rest were totally dull. If I had $1 million, I'd make a movie about Captain Blood.
Right. Oh, would you now? He didn't get away with the stash, he got caught. That's a pretty dull ending now, isn't it?
Maybe I'd rewrite the ending so that someone did get away with a crown jewel. Oh, that'd be a good one. That's better than the barmy plots you're always coming up with, Darren.
Oh yeah, well you just wait. One of these days, I'll sell one of those barmy plots. I have no idea what I'm doing with the voices. One of those barmy plots to the people who make the movies. Then I'll be rolling in the lolly. Mark my words. Maybe he didn't do it.
This way to the crown jewels, but all but one of them maybe.
Hello.
Aren't you worried about someone trying to steal the crown jewels, Mr. Hargreaves?
We worry about it, but not too much. No thieves laid hand on the crown jewels since Captain Blood's infamous attempt in 1671. Okay. Thomas Blood was a notorious adventurer. During his life, he tried to save a castle, fought on both sides in the same war, tried to kidnap the Lord High Steward, and tried to steal the crown jewels of England. Okay. In April 1671, Captain Blood disguised himself as a clergyman and won the trust of the assistant keeper of the jewels. In May, the clergyman and several cronies came to see the crown jewels. When they were brought into the jewel vault, the bandits silenced the assistant keeper and began to load up their clothing with priceless treasure. Captain Blood stamped flat one of the priceless crowns and hid it under his cloak. Others pocketed a scepter, one of the royal robes, and the famous Black Prince's ruby, among other treasures. Is that it? Just then, the assistant keeper's son arrived unexpectedly. Blood and his cohorts fled, and soon many of the tower guards were in hot pursuit. The chase ended out on the tower wharf. In the struggle and confusion, several treasures were dropped, and one of the royal orbs may have ended in the gutter. But eventually, the rooks were captured and all the jewels recovered.
Wow! I bet Captain Blood was thrown into a dungeon for years and years.
Actually, no. The king was intrigued by Blood's boldness and asked to see him. The king pardoned Blood, and in return, Captain Blood probably spied on the king's enemies. At least he caused no more trouble.
What a cool story. That king was pretty wily, turning an enemy into a helper like that. What king was that, Sakaze? Uh-oh. Grab the chart of kings from your eagle-eye handbook and let's see. Captain Blood stole the crown jewels in 1671, right? Check your chart of monarchs to find out who ruled England.
Oh, I'll check it, all right. My chart of monarchs on Google. Well, we haven't had that in a while, I think. Well, I haven't been playing it in a while. Alright, so we'll check which king. Alright, so Charles II was from 1630 to 1685. So I assume that it's him.
Charles II. I'll have to remember that. I bet there are a lot more cool stories like that about him.
Okay. For hundreds of years, the kings and queens of England have amassed a fabulous collection of jewels and treasure. The jewels served as a kind of bank. A monarch would add to them during prosperous times and pawn or sell them if money was needed. Today, the crown jewels are a priceless collection. In addition to some of the world's largest and most precious stones, the tower protects the royal regalia. Crowns and scepters used in ceremonies important in the history of the English people. The imperial crown of state is worn by the Queen at important official occasions. It bears the sapphire of Edward the Confessor, the ruby of the Black Prince, and the huge second star of Africa diamond. And it is encrusted with about 2,800 small diamonds. The scepter of the cross holds the Star of Africa, the largest cut diamond in the world. The Star of Africa weighs 530 carats. That's as much as over 500 fancy diamond rings. St. Edward's crown is the one actually used at coronations. It has crowned every king and queen since Charles II over 300 years ago. So since Charles II, except Queen Victoria. She was only 18 when she was crowned in 1938, and St. Edward's crown was considered too heavy for her to wear. Alright, the crown made for Queen Elizabeth contains the legendary Indian diamond Kohinoor or Mountain of Light. Many other jeweled swords, scepters, and orbs, maces, and other treasures reside in the jewel room. Okay. Alright, time to go back to another place. Oh, okay. Let's go for this. Oh, Victoria Station? No, give me one moment. Alright. We'll wait a while. Let's go Madame Tussauds.
Let's take a look at the wax figures of movie stars.
Like this?
Sakaze, those wax figures are from a movie called Captain Blood.
In 1935, Hollywood planned to make Captain Blood an epic adventure movie in which a pirate named Peter Blood falls in love with his worst enemy's daughter.
Sounds a lot like the plot of Romeo and Juliet.
Surprisingly, the movie makers chose young and inexperienced actors to star in Captain Blood, Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland. At the time, Olivia was only 19 years old and Errol had only played one part in a Hollywood movie, that of a corpse. Oh. The movie was a smash success. Audiences loved the bold young actors and they became big stars overnight.
Hey Sakaze, I wonder if this is the Captain Blood that Mr. Tony was talking about. Maybe no one told him about the secret ruby after all.
Maybe? That's possible. Okay, where do we have to go? Don't you make me take out my Google again. Not that I mind. I don't mind.
Wow, what a story we heard, Miss Takaze. I wonder, can it all be true? Let's see what the older Moss children have to say. Alright, let's go to Oxford. Mr. Moss's oldest child, Claire Moss, lives at Oxford. I seem to remember she's a scientist of some sort. Okay. Here. That's Claire Moss. It looks like she teaches here at Oxford. Wow, Oxford is one of the world's best universities, you know. Okay. Hello, Miss Moss. We're some friends of your brother Darren. I'm sure we are. American friends, I guess. I can tell by your accent. It's nice to have visitors. That Darren never comes to visit me. I guess he's busy with his friends or with the cadets. I'm busy myself with my projects. I'm trying to raise money to keep my research going. I think it's terrifically important stuff. What are you researching? Human viruses. They're the little beasties that cause everything from the common cold to AIDS. For many of them, we don't yet have a cure. What are viruses and how do they work, Miss Moss? They infect your computer, Jennifer. It's really bad. It's really bad. It's really hard to explain, but I'll try. One of the things that the human cell knows how to do is make copies of itself. Well, viruses somehow tricked the cell into making copies of the virus instead, and then they kill the cell. We know how to protect ourselves against some viruses. One day we'll have a cure for all of them, and I hope my research will be a help if I can get the money to do it, that is. Couldn't your dad maybe help you pay for the research? Oh no, it would take a very, very wealthy person to pay for my research. Many thousands of pounds. My family isn't rich like that. I dearly wish we were. Maybe it's not you. Okay, why not we go to another person? Alright, Stratford on Avon. This place looks interesting. I feel like I've been here before, but a very long time back. Maybe once. Geoff Moss is part of this troupe of actors. I wonder which one he is. The one we can click on. Sir, I'm looking for Geoff Moss. Oh, you mean Mercutio. What are you doing here? I forgot your name. But what are you doing here, sir? He doesn't seem to be here. Mercutio? You mean Geoff has changed his name? No, just that he plays Mercutio in Romeo and Juliet, the play we are putting on. Are you familiar with that play? It's a very famous one written by William Shakespeare. Yeah, I saw it at school. There are two families who don't get along. They're always fighting, and then a woman from one family and a man from the other family fall in love. He talks to her up on a balcony, but the ending is really sad. Yeah. That's Romeo and Juliet in a nutshell. I play Romeo's father, Lord Montag, and Mercutio is a young friend of Romeo's, but unfortunately he gets killed in a sword fight. So Mercutio, I mean Geoff, is off practicing his sword fighting. Here, I'll show you where he is. I haven't talked to the other lady, though. Yeah, I hope... Oh, you're not done. I hope this is all in fun. It looks pretty real. I'll be fine. Hold Tybalt. Okay. Tybalt, some young citizens of Verona beg us to put off this quarrel. Are you Geoff Moss? We are friends of your brother Darren. Well, welcome to Stratford. I know it's a pretty far way from London. I just came back that way myself. Really? What were you doing in London? I was meeting with a man from America, from Hollywood, but that's all I can tell you about it. The rest is a secret. Does it have anything to do with Captain Blood? Captain Blood? Isn't it some old pirate movie? I think I did see it once on the telly. Now if you step back, I'll try once again to defeat this villain Tybalt.
Come, sir, you're passado.
Oh, that was too brief. I have no idea. Let's talk to the lady. Maybe she can tell us some things. Alright. Ma'am, we're friends of Geoff Moss. You're in luck. He just got back from business in London. I don't see him around. Perhaps okay. We went to see him already. Do you know what business Geoff had in London? That's the question. Oh, the usual thing, I'm sure. Auditioning for another play or movie. Or maybe just looking for some steady work. It's tough being an actor. Not everyone pulls down lots of money like the big stars do in Hollywood. Okay. Well, that didn't tell me much. Oh boy. Okay, Ritz Hotel. I have not figured out anything. I have not. Hey, why are Aunt Miranda and Patrick Moss hiding behind that pillar? I have no idea. Let's see. Stargazy, over here. Shh. Mr. Tony stayed here at the Ritz when he was in London. We tried to find out who came to see him here. At the hotel, was it Claire, Geoff, or Darren?
But the desk clerk recognized Miranda. He told us we cannot divulge information about our customers to Snoopy reporters. He was quite rude about it, actually.
Maybe you can find out who came to see Mr. Tony. You could put on some kind of disguise. Good idea, Aunt Miranda. I think I know just what to do. Let's put your glasses on, Sakaze. Here. And Sakaze, let me do the talking. Only me? Only I get to put my glasses on? It's not much of a disguise.
Yes, may I help you?
Presenting Sakaze Game and Star of the Fabulous TV series. Kid Detective. We are here to see Mr. Tony, of course.
Kid Detective? I don't believe I've ever seen such a show.
Well, they don't have it on the BBC yet. Surely Moss, our advance agent, told you we were coming.
Moss? Yes, the name is vaguely familiar. Yes, someone named Moss did call for Mr. Tony yesterday.
A young woman with glasses?
No. A young man, very handsome and dashing. He had a sword with him, I recall. It was just one of the many actors and actresses from the Old Vic Theatre who came to see Mr. Tony yesterday. I'm afraid you and your star are too late. Mr. Tony finished his business and left yesterday before dinner.
Oh well, perhaps Takaze and I will catch up with him in Paris or Monte Carlo or New York. Goodbye.
Smooth. Real smooth.
Is that all?
Oh, it's not. Okay. Interesting.
We're going to all sorts of places.
Old Vic Theatre, so does that mean it's the oldest sibling? The eldest one?
Good idea, Stakaze. Some of these actors went to see Mr. Tony yesterday. Let's find out what was going on.
Looks like Beauty and the Beast down there. Look at Belle's dress, and maybe this is the Beast. Maybe. It looks like it anyway.
And then I leapt down, just like Errol did in the movie, and roared, "On guard, you scurvy knaves!" I think that's when he decided to let me star in the movie. How dramatic! I played like he was my father and wept and carried on and sobbed. You must pardon him, father, for I am betrothed to him, just like Olivia. He loved every minute of it. Excuse me? Are you talking about your meeting with Mr. Tony? As a matter of fact, yes. Dan and I are quite certain we passed the audition. We're the new Errol and Olivia. Fame and glory, here we come.
Quite, Emma. You know this is all strictly hush-hush. That's all we can see now. No autographs, sorry.
Errol? Olivia? I think I know exactly who Dan and Emma were talking about, Stakaze. Come with me to the wax museum. We did. Yeah, okay, we did. So I guess we're supposed to solve it there. Let's go in. Alright. We have a little problem here because I still have no idea who did it. Actually, maybe I do. I think it's the eldest son. I forgot his name. The one who's working as an actor. So we will work our way around that. What's his name again? Geoff. Okay, so we'll do this then. Alright, so we're gonna find Joff. Alright, Joff. Alright, told the story, it's not important yet. We need to find the individual ones first, that's the most important. So okay, there we go. A dashing young actor came to see you. Alright, that would be Geoff Moss. We have to find the ones that says that he's an actor then. Errol Flynn, no. If Mr. Oh. Wait a minute. Oh, no, wait. No, I've been tricked. It's not Geoff. It's based on the old movie. Is it Geoff? Let's see what you have to say. You don't have to say anything? Oh no. How do I cancel? Okay. Let's look at this again. Errol Flynn. Maybe it's that one. Maybe nobody told anything. Although Geoff was very suspicious. We could take a look at that. Give me one moment. No, let's see. Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland were the stars of a 1935 movie. If Mr. Tony's announcement is about a remake of the movie Captain Blood. Alright. Dan Siebel and Emma Finley think they have been chosen by Mr. Tony to star in an upcoming movie. They said they were to be the next Errol and Olivia. Could it be that? We'll try this one first. Errol Flynn were the stars. It could be that. It could be. If there really was Captain Blood the Tower, a dashing young actor with a sword. Moss. Errol Flynn and Olivia was the stars. Dan Siebold and Emma Finley think they have been chosen by... They were the ones who saw him. But Dan Siebold isn't Moss. Oh, this is confusing. Which one is it? Okay. Darren Moss is bonkers about movies. Darren claims Claire Moss said he's... Hang on. After visiting London, will be a twist on the Captain Blood story. It's a gem. It will make millions for everyone involved. Okay, in Shakespeare's play, actors do not make much money. Only a very few get to work. The family calls the secret. Told this... I don't know. Oh, I'm in trouble. Oh no. Could it be Geoff? There really was a Captain Blood. He tried to steal a dashing young actor. It was also the site of the... I don't know. Now pick the person who told Mr. Tony about Captain Blood. If Mr. Tony was talking about the 1935 movie instead of the Crown Jewels, thief, pick the movie actor Errol Flynn. Oh, it points to Geoff a lot, but they accepted my answers. So, Errol Flynn, please? I'm right.
You got it.
Oh, that was so confusing. Geoff was a red herring. You got it. No one squealed the family secret to Mr. Tony. The Captain Blood he was talking about was the 1935 movie, not the man who tried to steal the crown jewels over 300 years ago. The real problem in this case, we had to know what the mysterious Mr. Tony meant by Captain Blood. At first it seemed he was talking about Captain Thomas Blood, the bold thief of the crown jewels. So to suddenly make a movie about Thomas Blood just after Mr. Moss about his children, the family secret about him, seemed too much of a coincidence. But then we learned that there was another Captain Blood, a 1935 smash hit movie that starred two unknown actors, Olivia de Havilland and Errol Flynn. When we interviewed some actors who had seen Mr. Tony while he was in London, we heard them say they were going to be the next Errol and Olivia. That proved that Mr. Tony was actually talking about the movie Captain Blood. He was auditioning young actors and actresses for a remake of the classic 1935 movie, which had nothing to do with the secret of the ruby drop of Captain Blood. Alright. Are we gonna get a letter of thanks or the article about the movie maybe? Okay. Local actor Geoff Moss signed a contract today with Tony Studios. Moss will play Peter Blood in a big-budget remake of Captain Blood. Aha, so he got the part. The classic film that made stars of Errol Flynn and Olivia de Havilland. I wanted a young, promising, but still unknown actor, said Mr. Tony, just like Errol Flynn was in 1935. Geoff's father, Mr. Moss, promised to invite star Cassie Gamer and Jennifer Eagle to the set of Captain Blood Returns, but declined to say why. It's a family secret, he said. You better keep your promise. Alright, so let's see. Now, what is the next case? Okay, so in the next episode, we'll cover case of the revolutionary I can't pronounce. So in the next episode, we'll cover the case of the revolutionary witches. And so, until the next time, thank you for watching and goodbye.